On a tranquil afternoon at a humble house nestled on the edge of a quiet village, Mr. Peter, an 80-year-old man with silvery hair and kind, gentle eyes, sat by the wooden window that had been aged by time. From there, he could gaze out at the small, lush garden where every flower and every leaf seemed to whisper stories of his life's journey. The late afternoon sunlight streamed softly through the thin curtains, casting a serene glow on his face, as if the bustling world outside could not disturb the peace within him. Mr. Peter, a man who had weathered great storms in life, now stood as a beacon of calmness and wisdom, offering solace and guidance to those who came to listen and learn. Mr. Peter's life was a symphony of highs and lows, marked by stumbles and recoveries, yet he never let go of the tranquility in his heart. Every day, his modest home became a sanctuary for his beloved grandchildren or visitors from afar who sought his stories and valuable lessons. To him, these were not mere tales of experience, but heartfelt advice for those struggling to find meaning in their lives. "Think about it," Mr. Peter often began, his voice warm and steady. "How do you hold your spirit firm when facing life's storms? How can you find happiness even in the toughest moments?" He believed that the most important thing on such a difficult journey was to have genuine companions by your side. These could be family, friends, or even the core values you hold dear in your heart. When you have motivation and people who truly stand by you, no challenge is insurmountable, he would emphasize with conviction. Today, the winter afternoon brought a biting chill. Sitting by a steaming cup of tea, Mr. Peter once again began sharing his profound insights into life's meaning. To him, life was like a cup of tea. Only when you savor it slowly can you truly appreciate its rich flavor. Those sitting around him could feel the gentle warmth of his presence, though his words carried deep wisdom and thoughtfulness. He remarked, "The brevity of life isn't frightening. What's regrettable is not living each moment to the fullest." His words were more than just eloquent phrases. They felt like a guiding light, illuminating the murky paths of many, especially those feeling lost in the chaos of life. At the age of 80, Mr. Peter was not merely a storyteller. He was a guide, a symbol of composure and intellect, inspiring countless souls in their search for balance and the right direction. Valuable life lessons from Mr. Peter. Over the course of his 80 years, Mr. Peter experienced countless challenges and changes. From these, he distilled profound life lessons that shaped his perspective and brought him peace. On a winter afternoon, sitting by a warm cup of tea, he began sharing these truths with those eager to listen. To him, these lessons were not mere advice, but guiding principles that helped him navigate life's complexities and discover its deeper meaning. Staying calm in adversity. "The calmer you are, the clearer you think," Mr. Peter began. For him, one's attitude in the face of life's challenges determines how well they overcome them. He recalled a difficult time when he lost a job he had devoted many years to. Instead of succumbing to anger or prolonged despair, he chose to confront reality and accept it as part of life. Accept what's happening, let go of what's past, and trust in what's to come. That's how you move forward, he emphasized. For Mr. Peter, calmness isn't passivity, but a state of mind that allows you to view problems with clarity. "Life will get better if you don't give up," he added with a firm yet compassionate look. Patience and attitude define you. Two things define who you are: your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything, Mr. Peter continued. To him, patience is not just a virtue but a skill that must be cultivated. He shared stories from his youth, when he worked labor-intensive jobs, often earning just enough for a single meal. Those times were tough, but through patience, he learned to appreciate the small blessings in life. When he later achieved success, he realized that attitude truly set people apart. When you have everything, the important question is whether you remain humble and grateful for what you have, he said. For him, wealth and status don't determine a person's worth. How they treat others reveals their true character. Focusing on what you can control. Focus on what you can do, and let go of what you can't change, Mr. Peter said, his voice steady and deliberate. He believed that many people waste time and energy worrying about things beyond their control. Instead, he advised focusing on what you can accomplish in the present. He recounted a time when a business venture failed, despite his best efforts. Rather than dwelling on his disappointment, he took a step back to reflect on what he could do differently. Instead of complaining, I asked myself, what can I do to change the situation? That's when I found the solution, he shared. For him, the key to inner peace lies in directing your energy toward what is within your reach, learning to forgive. Another critical lesson Mr. Peter highlighted was the importance of forgiveness. Weak people seek revenge, strong people forgive, he said, his gaze distant as if recalling a personal story. He spoke about a friend who had betrayed his trust, leaving him hurt and angry for a long time. But eventually, he realized that harboring resentment only harmed himself. Forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you, he explained. Forgiveness frees you from emotional burdens and brings inner freedom. He clarified that forgiving doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It's about choosing not to let past hurts dictate your life. When you forgive, you're not just freeing others, you're liberating yourself from suffering, he concluded. Being grateful for simple things. Beyond grand lessons, Mr. Peter encouraged people to appreciate the simple joys of life. Happiness doesn't come from big achievements, but from the small moments of everyday life, he said. He spoke fondly of the joy he found in tending to his small garden, watching flowers bloom, or listening to birds sing in the morning. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a way of life, he said. For him, appreciating the little things nurtures the soul and fosters inner peace. He suggested taking time each day to reflect on what you're grateful for, no matter how small. When you practice gratitude, life becomes filled with meaning, he added, his eyes sparkling with quiet joy. Building connections with others. Another important lesson Mr. Peter often emphasized was the value of relationships. Life is a journey you can't walk alone, he said. He encouraged people to invest time and effort in family, friends, and meaningful connections. For him, genuine relationships were a source of strength and motivation to face life's trials. He recalled a close friend who had stood by him during one of the toughest periods of his life. It's because of that person that I didn't give up, he shared. He believed that building and maintaining strong relationships is one of the most essential components of a fulfilling life. Living in the present. Finally, Mr. Peter advised living fully in the present. The past is gone and the future hasn't arrived. The only thing you truly have is this moment, he said. For him, living in the present not only brings happiness but also allows you to seize life's opportunities. He shared how in his younger days he wasted much time worrying about things that had yet to happen. But when he began focusing on the present, he discovered that each day was a gift. Live as if today is your last day, and you'll never have regrets, he concluded, a gentle smile gracing his face. The lessons from Mr. Peter are not mere words, but the essence of a long life filled with experiences. They serve as a guiding light for those seeking meaning and peace in their lives. Each of his words carries sincerity and depth, inspiring all who listen. No matter who you are, these lessons will undoubtedly help you see life in a new, richer, and more fulfilling way. The advice shared by Mr. Peter is like seeds of wisdom, planted deeply in the hearts of those who listen. Each seed carries a profound truth, waiting to grow into a flourishing tree of understanding and purpose. Life, as he often said, is fleeting, but you have the power to make it meaningful if you learn to cherish every single moment. Stop worrying about the past. Instead, use your time to love yourself and those around you. He once said with a reassuring smile, these words, simple yet powerful, remind us to let go of regrets and focus on what truly matters, the present and the people we hold dear. Life's challenges will always exist, but through kindness, patience, and gratitude, you can find joy even in the smallest moments. Mr. Peter's lessons resonate deeply because they are rooted in lived experiences, not abstract ideals. They teach us to stay calm amidst adversity, embrace patience, forgive with strength, and focus on what we can control. Above all, they remind us to nurture relationships and live fully in the present. His wisdom serves as a guiding light for those searching for balance and clarity in their own lives. Each word he speaks is like a gentle push, encouraging us to pause, reflect, and strive to become better versions of ourselves. In a world that often feels overwhelming and fast-paced, Mr. Peter's teachings offer a sanctuary of calm and inspiration. His stories remind us that happiness isn't found in the grand accomplishments, but in the everyday acts of kindness, the moments of gratitude, and the connections we make with others. It's a reminder that life's beauty lies not in its length, but in the depth of meaning we create within it. We invite you to join this journey of discovery and reflection at Life Stories 365. Here, we share stories like Mr. Peter's, stories that inspire love, hope, and motivation. Each tale is a chance to learn, to grow, and to find the courage to face life's uncertainties with a renewed sense of purpose. By subscribing to our channel, you become part of a community that believes in the power of storytelling to heal, inspire, and transform. Life Stories 365 is more than a platform. It's a space where wisdom meets compassion, and where every viewer is reminded of the strength they carry within themselves. So take a moment to reflect on the lessons shared here today. Think about how you can apply them in your own life, whether it's finding forgiveness in your heart, appreciating the beauty and simplicity, or simply taking a breath to live in the now. Don't let these stories pass you by. Hit subscribe and let us walk this path together. Let the stories we share guide you toward a life filled with meaning, love, and resilience. After all, every moment is a gift, and every story has the power to change the way we see the world.